Amon was freely roaming and hiding around on Earth for thousands of years, while also being an absolute menace to society and everyone he came across. Yet nobody ever tried to slime him out. Why is that? Well, the first reason is he was kind of the strongest entity on Earth for the entire 5th epoch. Because all of the sequence 0s and above were either in the astral realm or outside of Earth. So Amon was really the only angel on Earth with 2 sequence 1 characteristics and the uniqueness of his pathway, while also fully controlling his pathway above the demigod level, which meant that he was essentially a walking god. The only reason he didn't show more urgency in hunting Pelez down and becoming a true god was because he wanted to wait for CW's influence to slowly weaken with time, and then go for the throne of LOTM near the very beginning of the apocalypse. Well, Klein kind of ruined that plan, but it was still a good one. Point being that there was really no one individual powerful enough to beat Amon on their own unless a deity descent was made. Which, to be honest, true gods kind of have better things to do than try to kill the most unkillable angel on the planet. It also wasn't like he posed any major threat to them unless he himself tried to ascend to godhood. At most, he might have stolen one cathedral here, one cathedral there, and traumatized some of their civilians. The second reason being his pathway. The Marauder pathway belongs to the Lord of Mysteries group, and even inside that group it is the hardest one to kill, focusing completely on the survival of its Beyonder and hiding. He was so ridiculously hard to kill, especially because he held so many characteristics, basically his entire pathway, and could potentially just make like a dozen angel-level avatars, each having abilities like parasitization, which focus on hiding from opponents. I mean, just look at Amon but with skill issues and potential asthma. Pelez. He parasitized Eleanor, who even became a Red Glove, a key part of the Evernight Church, but was still never found out. Now consider the perfect Marauder using that same ability, and you get an undetectable demigod hiding in some random homeless kid's body without him even being aware of it. The third reason being that Amon, being born as a mythical creature with the uniqueness, was the physical manifestation of the Marauder pathway, lacking the human flaws most Beyonders would fall victim to when hiding for long periods of time, like fear, getting stressed, or suffering from a lack of human interaction, which eventually might lead them closer to losing control. Also, not to mention that he was a brother or son, I guess both, of another king of angel from the Spectator pathway no less, which is a pathway proficient in thwarting plans before they're even formed, and also hiding. With all these factors combined, I don't think anyone who wasn't a true god would even consider going up against Amon. But if that wasn't enough, there was also a kind of aura element to it. Being a menace for so long had given Amon a sort of stay clear of him at all times reputation among every highly informed Beyonder. One day you kill Amon, the next day your entire neighborhood is Amon. I mean, realistically there might have been a few Beyonders brave enough to fight Amon, but eventually all of them turned into his avatars anyways, so.